Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we got something special, a 2019 Camaro ZL1. We got Rob from Red Bearded Racing here to tell us a little bit about it. He's been gracious enough to let us borrow the car for the day. Rob, how you doing?
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. If you could tell us a little bit about this beauty.
Absolutely. It's a 2019 ZL1 automatic 10-speed transmission.
It looks mean. It looks big. Tell us a little bit about it.
Great. So one of my favorite front-end designs that GM has come with. They've got the flow tie on the front end, so it allows for airflow to be able to get into the intercooler on the front. Allows for better cooling. It's got very spacious front end, allowing for a lot of airflow for cooling. The front splitter for downforce. It's also got two side intercoolers, allowing for airflow on both the driver's side and the passenger side, so airflow can come in.
What about this hood?
So the hood, again, it's stock black hood. It's a little bit of a different color, so they offer this in a carbon fiber insert, which very well may end up being a carbon fiber insert put in on this car eventually at some point. Just it's very, very new to me. I've only had it for a few weeks at this point, so the car is pretty much stock. There's some small mods that we're going to cover a little bit later, but for the insert and everything on the hood, it is stock right now, but it is a Mosiak black. You
got the head turners decal on the windshield?
Absolutely, one of the best car clubs in the Hampton Roads area.
Not one of the best car club in the world. All right, let's take it around to the driver's side.
All right, so driver's side, obviously we're going to be looking at these beautiful wheels. So they come with 10-inch wide wheels in the front, 11-inch wide wheels in the back. So stock tires for this is 285/30 ZR20s for the front and 305/30 ZR20s for the back.
Wow, my car came with 245s all around. You come in the front with 285s and 305s in the back. You don't have any traction problems, do you?
Well, at crank 650 horsepower, still have a little bit of a traction issue. Okay. Around here in this area with the temperatures, this is a summer tire that GM puts on these cars, so I believe in the summertime on a track it would probably perform a little bit better, but on the street with it being a little bit cold this time of the year, definitely see a little bit of traction issues, so got to be a little careful on the roads. So also we got the side skirts that come with the car. Those are also stock. The front splitter, the side skirts, and then this rear portion back here on the back, they are all the matching Mosiak black color that is the same color as the hood insert on the car as well. So that is all the same color.
Okay, a little bit of GM swag, I like it.
Absolutely. Stock ZL1 wing.
Wait a minute, I gotta ask you, why didn't you get the 1LE?
So I didn't get the 1LE because at the time, which they've recently announced, they did not offer the automatic 10-speed transmission with the 1LE package. So as of February, that's changed.
You're an automatic man? You couldn't get the manual?
Up until this point, I have been a manual guy. But for this car, I definitely wanted the automatic 10-speed transmission because I plan on drag racing the car. You can't beat that transmission at the drag racing.
What was your last car?
It was a 5th gen Camaro SS with the TR6060 transmission.
Okay, so it was a manual?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I can appreciate it. I love it.
So with the taillights and everything, it's a little bit kind of a smoked tinted. Again, a little bit more of that GM swag. These are stock taillights. When I first seen these taillights in the picture, I didn't necessarily like them. They were kind of a little bit different. But as I've seen them in person, they've definitely started to grow on me. I've learned to love these taillights. They are definitely a beautiful taillight. Also moving down, we have the ZL1 badging on the left-hand side, as well as quad tips exhaust. So different sound profiles. We have different sound profiles with this functional quad tip exhaust. It is a MPP setup. So there's 4 different modes. There's a sport, a tour, track, and a snow and ice setting. So with the tour setting, it's going to shut off 2 of the valves, allowing for a quieter in-cab experience. You won't get any type of exhaust noise in the cab. It's a very quiet, very pleasant ride. In sport, kind of stiffens up the steering a little bit. Also allows all of the quad tip exhaust to be able to function, as well as in track mode. It does the same thing. And then we have the snow and ice setting, which also isolates two of the exhaust valves and allows for a quiet setting. I don't know why you would drive your ZL1 in the snow. I guess some people don't have that luxury of being able to choose that. So I don't discriminate. But this car will never see snow.
That was my next question.
No, we'll definitely never see snow.
All right, let's move on along and look at these big wide hips that Chevy puts on their Camaros. If I had to choose one car that was sexy, almost as sexy as the Challenger, it would be the Camaro, just because of these thick, wide hips.
All right, so 650 horsepower crank, 650 foot-pounds of torque stock from GM. So slightly modified, got a cold air intake from Rotofab. Also put in Elite EX2 catch can. So this is an oil separator that's going to allow you to be able to separate the oil and the oil from the air when you return the air back into the motor. So as far as plans for the future with this car, as of right now, the plans are to keep it stock on March. In March, we're going to be taking it down to test and tune. We're going to be seeing what the car will actually run at the track. Hoping to see around a 10.8, 10.9. We'll see. The car will be on a tire with a cold air intake, and that is going to be it as far as modifications. Maybe later on in the year, long tube headers and a tune, but we'll see. We'll see when that's going to play out. As far as engine dress-up modifications, there may be some beautifications, but I tend to spend more of my money on performance parts.
Sounds like that's pretty much all the ZL1 has to offer. Let's jump inside. All right. All right, inside the 2019 ZL1. I keep wanting to say 1LE.
Nope, missed it.
Dang, man, it's a real shame. All right, so can you tell us why you got the automatic instead of the manual?
Well, the car is going to be taken to the track, and I'm going to be drag racing the car. So I wanted to get a car that had a transmission that was going to be able to give me the quickest shifts of the track. As much as I would love to say that I'm quicker than this automatic 10-speed transmission, I mean, it's been proven. It's been proven that this transmission is just, it's flawless. It's flawless.
All right, we're going to talk a little bit about the interior of the ZL1 and what makes it different than just your average SS. I wonder if you can hear that. I wonder if this picks up that sound.
Probably.
All right, we're not just going to make this another Camaro review and go over all the things that a regular Camaro SS has, the infotainment center, the dual climate control, the shifter, the wireless charging pad. We're not going to go through all that. But we are going to talk about this suede wrapped steering wheel that I think is iconic to the ZL1.
Absolutely.
How does it feel?
It's amazing. It's also heated.
Oh,
it's
yeah?
got a heated suede steering wheel.
Do you notice a difference between it and the steering wheel on your old 5th gen SS?
Absolutely. So my old 5th gen did not have the suede, and it was not heated. So this is definitely more comfortable.
Leaps and bounds better?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm going to talk about the fact that you have 200 on the dash. I don't know if y'all can see that, but let me see if I can get in and get it focused for us. The rod's a little bumpy on this track suspension.
Yeah, it's a very stiff suspension that comes on the ZL1.
I see you got the GoPro up here. Is this for some highway shenanigans or what?
So yes, as well as getting ready to start up my YouTube channel as well. So Red Bearded Racing is going to be my YouTube channel. Literally in the process of getting it started right now. So very new channel, and hopefully that GoPro is going to get me started.
Okay, Red Bearded Racing, y'all heard it. I'll put a link to the channel in the description. I really like this rear view mirror, the fact that it's a camera instead of a mirror.
And it is also, turn it off as well.
So you got best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds.
That is amazing. All right, Rob, thanks again for letting us see this beast.
Absolutely, man.
I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to seeing what the channel has to come and what's to come out of this monster.
Thank you.